When we retire, we lose a lot of things because our former life is no more. Some of these things catch us off guard and others we're prepared for. And it's not just about money. It involves things like finding a new sense of purpose, having a changing identity, as well as how your relationship with money changes and evolves. Now today I want to share with you 4 things that I lost after I retired and why it's been a good thing for me. But first, if you're seeing me for the first time, I'm Ronnie. Thanks for stopping by. And to everyone who's watching today, please take 1 second to hit that thumbs up button that you'll find down below, because by doing so, it really helps the channel out. And I'll thank you in advance. So back to the video. 4 things that I lost after retiring and why it was a good thing for me. Number 1, I lost my full-time job. Now, I know that I'm stating the obvious here, but the obvious needs to be stated. And here's why. I've worked my entire life. It's all that I've ever known. I mean, I had a life outside of work, but I have never known what it was like to not work. And I'm sure that many of you can relate to that. I mean, I worked my whole life. And while I had outside interests, I've never known what it was like to not work. And you become hardwired to that in your mind. And it's very challenging to unwire or rewire yourself after you lose your job. But guess what? I did. I rewired myself. I sure did. After I retired, I took 1 year to do a physical and mental reset. One of the best things that I've ever done with my life. I took 1 year off to do nothing except just get myself rested, recovered, and get myself well. It was like an extended sabbatical. In fact, I've done a video on that, my 1 year reset. A lot of people have enjoyed it. And if you think that you'll be interested in the 1 year reset video, I will post a link in the description box that you'll find down below. So I did a 1 year reset, and it completely rewired me. I was hardwired to work all my life, but now I'm enjoying this new phase of my life like nothing else. And here's the beauty, the real beauty of retirement. Even though I lost my job, once all that work-related pressure is gone, I got to reclaim my life and reclaim my time. And when you retire, you'll be able to embark upon a new journey into the next chapter of your life, a journey of self-discovery, in fact. I wake up every single morning just loving my life. I'm healthier now. I'm happier now. I look forward to every single day whenever I wake up. In fact, I just can't wait to do it all over again tomorrow. So number 1, I lost my full-time job. Number 2, the second thing that I lost is I lost the daily grind. Now notice I didn't say I lost a daily schedule. I said I lost the daily grind. And you know what the daily grind is, right? Now the daily grind is when you commute to work every single day. And then you get stuck in traffic and you're worried about being late, and the pressure starts mounting and you start feeling irritable. And then you finally make it to the job and you spend 8 or 9 hours in a cubicle, or maybe standing at a lathe in a machine shop or whatever. And then after 8 or 9 hours of all of that, you do the commute back home all over again. And then you get stuck in traffic all over again, right? And now the anxiety level is rising and you're angry, or maybe the people around you are angry and it's road rage, and you're thinking to yourself, this can't be my life, but it is. And then you get home exhausted and all you can do is eat and go to sleep. And then guess what? It's rinse and repeat. You get to do the same thing over again the next day. And you do this day after day, day after day, day after day, and day after day. Now this is the daily grind. Now after I retired, I no longer have to deal with the daily grind, but I do have a daily schedule and a daily routine. But it's flexible now. And I'm the one who gets to decide what my routine is and what my schedule is and how I'm going to spend my time and how I'm going to use my day each and every day. Now, basically, here's what my daily routine or schedule looks like. I go to bed early each night, and then I get up early every morning, usually around 5 or 5:30 in the morning. I'm able to get up early in the morning because I go to bed early at night. And even though I'm getting up early in the morning, I wake up naturally after feeling fully rested, without being jolted awake by an alarm clock, gulping down a cup of coffee and dashing out the door. So I wake up naturally without being jolted awake. Essentially, right now, my internal body clock is in rhythm with the sun. As the sun comes up and as the sun goes down, my internal body clock follows that same rhythm. And it's fantastic. This is called a circadian rhythm. And my body clock is in tune with that. My circadian rhythm is in tune with that, with the universe. And I'm a lot more rested and I'm a lot healthier now. Well, after I get up at 5 or 5:30 in the morning, I have slow mornings. I will spend the next 2 or 3 hours just drinking coffee, catching up on my reading, chatting with my wife. Maybe we sat out on the front porch, or I might write an outline for YouTube, whatever. Well, after 2 or 3 hours of drinking coffee, I might have a small breakfast, and then I have a workout. I work out 4 or 5 days a week, 4 days a week. I do strength training 4 days a week. I will bike ride one day, and then I will take a long walk the other day. I think it's good for my health and mobility, and I'm just so thankful that I have the time to do that now, that I can prioritize it in my daily schedule, rather than squeezing it in at the end of the day after work, after I'm completely exhausted, or squeezing it in on Saturdays after I got home from work and was still exhausted. I can prioritize my exercise and my health right now. It feels like a full-time job to me almost. It's fantastic. Or it feels like I'm on vacation. Well, after I get my workout done, then my day is off and running, and I can do anything that I feel like doing that day. And that's the part of my day that changes each day. Sometimes I'll go into town and run some errands. I might meet up with somebody, maybe another old codger who's retired, and have a cup of coffee together. Or I might go grocery shopping. Or I might load up my truck and dash down to the coast and spend the day fishing. Or I might spend time in my garden, which I maintain a garden year-round. Or I might go hiking up in the nearby state forest. Or if I just don't feel like doing anything, I'll just lay down in my easy chair and get me a nap. The beauty of the point being, my days are mine. I don't deal with the daily grind anymore, but I do have a daily routine and a daily schedule that Ronnie is in control of. And I'm a lot healthier and I'm a lot happier for it. Even though I've given up the daily grind or I lost it, it was no real loss to me. And you know what? Being able to live this kind of lifestyle is absolutely fantastic. I wouldn't go back to the daily grind for anything under the sun. And if you've not yet retired, this is exactly what you're going to experience as well. And if you are retired, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? So leave me a comment down below, because everybody else will be encouraged by what you've got to say. Number 3, I lost my job identity. Not only did I lose a full-time job, but I also lost my identity that went with that job. And losing my job identity has also been a good thing for me. With each passing day, the more my previous life is fading away, as well as my identification with it. Now, I get it. Some people have crappy jobs and they hate their job. They get no self-identity from it. They have this job that they don't like because it's there to pay the bills and provide them with a living. I get it. I've had some crappy jobs in my life that I couldn't wait to quit, and I only had those jobs so that I could pay the bills, and I couldn't wait to quit, and the sooner the better. And guess what? I did quit those jobs. We all have that journey. However, my main calling and vocation in life during my working years came with a certain position and role that identified me as such. And as a result, I got a certain amount of my identity from it. And then I retired one day. And for the first 6 or 7 months or so after I retired, I couldn't have been happier to just be free from it all. I mean, it was like free at last. Thank God Almighty, I'm free at last. I mean, I couldn't have been happier to just be free from it all. But after 6 or 7 months, and I had rested and was beginning to recover, I started thinking in my mind, well, maybe I could have a continuing but limited ongoing role in my former position. We probably all wrestle with that a little bit. But you know what? As time progressed and I started adjusting more and more to my new life, my former life just started fading away. And now I'm taking on a new identity. And that's been a good thing for me. Retirement has given me the chance to discover other parts of myself that have been dormant for all of those working years. And you know what? It's exciting, and I'm better off for it. I no longer have a title or letters beside my name. Instead of being called Title Ron, I'm now known simply as Ronnie, and I like it. In fact, that's how I introduce myself on my YouTube videos, that I'm Ronnie. And you know what? When you retire, you're going to make a wonderful discovery yourself as well. And you're going to thank your lucky stars that you were brave enough to call it quits and to move into this next chapter of your life so that you can take on a brand new role and a brand new identity and discover parts about yourself that have been dormant for all of your working years. And then number 4, the fourth thing that I lost, and this is probably going to get the attention of everybody, is I lost my weekly income. Yikes! But you know what? That hasn't been difficult either. It's been an easy enough adjustment. Stay with me here. When you've been working your entire life and then you retire, it can feel like you're cutting yourself off from life support, right? I mean, you had this weekly income, paycheck coming in each week, and all of a sudden you're going to quit and retire. I mean, it feels like you're just cutting yourself off from life support. I worked my entire life since I was a teenager, 14 or 15 years old. It's all I've ever known. I've never known what it was like to not work. And I always had a weekly payday coming in each week of my entire adult life. And then one day it just stops. I mean, it just stops. And it can be unsettling. But you know what? After I retired and I got my feet wet in this new life, I just figured it out. I made adjustments along the way. I improvised and adapted and just made it work. I made retirement work for me. And I quickly realized, you know what? I worried about a whole bunch of nothing. I'm going to be okay. In fact, I'm going to be okay for the rest of my life. And the key for everyone is to simply have a solid financial plan in place. You don't have to be rich. You don't have to be a millionaire. You don't have to have $1 million. Just the key is to just have a solid financial plan in place and then make that plan work for you. It will make you feel more secure. Pay down your bills, be mindful of your spending, live a frugal life, not stingy, but just frugal and mindful of your spending. Make investments if you can, and focus on enjoying your personal freedom rather than focusing more on materialism. And while I'm at it, don't let all the financial experts out there discourage you from retiring or making you feel like that you're not living up to what the standard is. These financial experts or institutions, they write retirement articles for the general public. And then you also have YouTube content creators out there who use fear-mongering and clickbait to make people log on And it's discouraging, isn't it? It makes people feel like that they're not measuring up, or that they don't have enough, and that they're afraid to retire. These things are written for the general public, and they're designed to keep you alarmed. Don't let yourself be discouraged by all of that. And here's why. You have your own needs, and you have your own goals, and you can just figure it out. You really can. You know what you want your retirement to look like. You know what your means and resources are, and so you can tailor a plan that's just perfect for you. And here's the good news. You have the power to develop your own plan and tailor your retirement life to look any way that you want it to look. You really do. And I will tell you this. Retirement has been one of the best things that I've ever done for myself. I mean, I really mean that. In fact, I'm enjoying it so much that I'm going to do it all over again tomorrow morning. So there you go. 4 things that I lost after I retired, and why it was a good thing for me. What do you think? Let me know. Leave me a comment. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for stopping by. I'm Ronnie. Take care, and we'll see you next time.